Well, while everyone was talking about the southern border, and that's very, very important to keep locked down, and I think Donald Trump has done a good job of that in his first 10 months on the job. We got 3 more years, everybody, of him keeping that border locked down and deporting people, which will be a good thing for this country. I think it's also important to point out that our roads are filled with hundreds of thousands of barely over, the line of mental deficiency drivers of 60,000 pound killing machines. Last night, it was revealed that Gavin Newsom gave something like 60,000 CDLs to illegals. And just the other day, we had yet another illegal take 3 lives, just like the illegal that took multiple lives in Florida. And this is a massive problem that people need to talk about. More people need to talk about. And we're going to get into that after a super quick word from this video sponsor. Huge shout out to this video's sponsor. Let me ask you something. How much time do you spend every day on a web browser? How much time do you spend clicking around online, searching, scrolling, typing, endless tabs? It's a lot, right? Well, there's a new AI browser from Perplexity called Comet that's completely changing the way you're able to interact with your browser. Using Comet feels like having a personal assistant living in your web browser that can actually do things for you across the internet. Yes, do things, not just give you answers. You can ask Comet to handle tasks for you, and it literally clicks, types, searches, and scrolls just like you would to get things done for you in the background while you go about your day. Comet can shop for you, make reservations, book travel, summarize articles or videos, send emails, schedule meetings, and a lot more to make your life easier. Let me show you how it works. Look, you guys know I publish 5, 6, 7 videos a day and do several live streams. Comet has made my life a lot easier in doing my research, finding stories for the day, summarizing stuff, setting up things to remind me about topics I want to do the next day. It's been amazing. The whole thing is really cool, right? Download Perplexity's new AI browser, Comet, by heading to pplx.ai/thequartering. The link will be in the description too. Let your browser work for you right now. Plus, when you download Comet, you get a month of Rumble Premium for free. That's pplx.ai/quartering. Go now and take back your time online. Here's one. If you want to get infuriated, if you want to understand what really you're out on the road with, you need to start by understanding what happened in California alone. All right, this is California alone. I want to find this. Yeah, all Democrats, they're here illegally. They can't read English. They don't understand our laws, and they're killing Americans. And Democrats want them driving 80,000 pound trucks on the road next to our families. Enough. Now, that isn't even, I had a better post last night. There was a post about Gavin Newsom, the sheer number of, here we go, 60,000 commercial driver's licenses to illegals. I think it's safe to say that illegals don't speak English at minimum. And, 60,000 people driving killing machines. And that's just in one state.
California had issued 62,000 CDLs to drivers who entered illegally, John, or do not have a permanent legal status as required by the feds. California sanctuary laws prohibit asking applicants their immigration status. Governor Newsom said there's not a problem.
There's not a problem. There's not a problem with people driving. Sorry, I don't want to go over the interstate set auto sensor weight plates. 79,900 pound killing machines. And Gavin Newsom, the Democrat candidate for president, by the way, let's be very clear. This guy is going to be the Democrat nominee who would want to have these policies. 60,000 in California alone. 60,000, 80,000, 79,999 pound killing machines.
Did I hear you right? Did you say 62,000?
That's correct.
Oh, my goodness.
It's a federal audit.
William Lajeunesse for us. William, thank you
so you can double that probably.
So much. Let's bring in the acting ICE director, Todd Lyons. I was really taken aback with what William just said, that California gave out 62,000 CDL licenses. What do you make of that?
Well, John, what's even scarier than that is some of those were real IDs, right? So those individuals who aren't supposed to be in the country, anyways, can get on commercial aircraft can travel. Now they have CDLs where they're transporting hazardous goods. And John, just
it doesn't even have to be hazardous. The truck could be full of hay bales. It's still, you know, super dangerous. I know I have a lot of truckers in my viewership, and you know, they tell me again, 65,000 in one state alone. 62,000.
Think about this. That's just California. When you think about all these other sanctuary states that are doing the same thing, there are so many states that are giving these CDL drivers licenses to people that shouldn't be in the
By the way, these two clips that they're rolling, 6 people died.
Country. Anyways, this individual yesterday, he crossed the border in 2022. Unfortunately, under the last administration and the catch and release policies, Border Patrol had to let him go. And now look, we've had people lose their lives and more people are injured. It's really shocking that
just in this one wreck, at least 3 people died and multiple other people were injured. This is very similar to like these judges that keep letting these criminals, you know, out, and letting all these, you know, these criminals get out, these repeat offenders. And then again, trust me, stick with me in this video. It gets so much worse.
more people aren't up in arms about this, because this is totally wrong. These are all preventable accidents, but yet 63,000 illegal aliens have commercial driver's licenses, are on the road transporting God knows.
Now, do people who are American citizens get in car accidents? Yes, of course. Are there American citizens who have CDLs who shouldn't have CDLs? Yes, of course. However, let's just start with the 70,000 in California that can't even read English, operating these things. I don't think you even need the escalator of hazardous materials.
What, and can do more damage than anything just like that we saw in the video.
Yeah, these are called CDLs to non-domiciled individuals. Here's what the Transportation Secretary, Sean Duffy, said about it back on September the 26th. What our team has discovered should disturb and anger every American. By
the way, that's 60,000 people who could be driving truck for a living. There's so many ways you can like slice up illegal immigration and how it affects Americans that, like, I just don't know how people don't vote for a full outright ban on all immigration. You have, these rolling bombs that could, take off, take mass life. You have all this stuff. And it's like, okay, if you don't care about that, how about the 62,000 jobs that they stole from Californians who could have been truckers there? We've been sold this lie of like, oh, illegals are doing jobs that other Americans wouldn't. You mean to tell me that there are Americans who wouldn't make $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 a year driving truck? Get out of here. There are. Of course there are. Here we have this video. Look at this.
So how does FHP say this cheating scheme works?
We were shocked to see the extent that they were going to.
Brian calls it organized fraud. According to investigators, the men went in here, the DMV on Roosevelt, to take the CDL test to drive a truck. But they are rigged up with equipment to get their answers.
And you see the actual apparatus that he's wearing. He has a chest harness that actually holds the phone.
A red iPhone in the harness, and under a t-shirt, you see the hole right there?
The camera.
So he comes in this t-shirt with a hole cut in it.
Yes.
I mean, that's not even, then they have somebody, giving them the answers. Again, that's bad enough, right? Like, how about this? The trucker that killed 3 people back in August in Florida? What if I told you that this individual failed his CDL test 10 times in 60 days? He failed that test once every 6 days. There was a 2-month window between March 10th and May 5th, and he failed his test 10 different times. How come you can take the test that many times? By the way, also that driver failed his air brakes knowledge test twice. And the Washington company that provided his behind the wheel CDL training attested that he could speak English proficiently, which he also could not. The Florida AG's office also sued California and Washington via SCOTUS last week, asking SCOTUS to prevent both states from issuing CDLs to illegal immigrants and accusing both states of not complying with federal safety and immigration status. I mean, here's the other thing. Like, okay, so California, right? California says, we're woke. We don't want to require immigration status on our CDL test. Well, how many of those truckers leave that state? How many truckers leave the state of California and are now, you know, set upon the rest of this country and over the road? So, like, we're talking about federal crimes, crossing state lines with illegally obtained CDLs from greedy corporations who don't give a crap about, you know, who's behind the wheels of the truck. None of it. It's common sense. If you can't speak or read English, you can't understand the rules of the road, and it will cost lives. You have no business driving at all, let alone an 80,000-pound commercial truck. I mean, there's a CDL thread here. Here's one from Mr. Guns and Gear. New York and California have been issuing CDL licenses with the name, quote, no name given for years, endangering every American on the road. Hopefully the Department of Justice is looking into this criminal licensing scheme. California, no name given. Here's another no name given. Here's another no name given. No name given. No name given. No name given. And they also have, by the way, CDLs. So these people also have, you can drive an 80,000-pound box of steel 80 miles an hour down the highway without a license, but you better not conceal and carry a 9mm to protect yourself and family from criminals running in the streets. Literally, I mean, you should pull over every truck in California for the next month, and ICE should be doing that. I feel like you have a high percentage of a hit rate, or just do it at weigh stations. This is back on October 14th. Still thinking about this ICE operation out of Oklahoma, where 91 out of 120 illegals apprehended on the highway were somehow, quote, legally driving with CDL licenses. Let me again repeat that. They pulled over 120 people, or they pulled over 120 illegals. Then 91 of that 120s had all received legal CDLs as illegal citizens. And a majority of them got their CDLs from where? California, New York, Pennsylvania, or Illinois. How are illegals getting CDLs when having social security number or work visa is required to obtain one? Well, it isn't required in California. They usually hear Super Trucker. I think he's a viewer, or he's at least a follower of mine. They usually have work visas. Even the guy who wrecked in Florida had one. Despite being here illegally, the entire visa system is broken, and Oklahoma only stopped this operation after 3 days because they ran out of room to arrest people. Our roads are full of foreigners who don't speak English, who can't read English, who have an average IQ of, if they're from India, 75, and they're driving 80,000-pound trucks. I mean, the kind of stuff, again, do, quote unquote, regular truckers, do they, can they cause problems? Yes, of course. Here's another truck on October 12th, driving down the wrong side of the highway. Meanwhile, in Indiana, just another foreign driver doing dumb-ish.
You have got to be kidding me. I mean, what the are...
Look at this. Semi in the wrong side of the road. And by the way, shout out to this semi driver who actually moved over and blocked him. You see that?
What are you doing?
I'm going that way. Right here.
Foreigner.
But it's not working. Then I'm doing down. I'll go the other side.
Let me ask you a question, man.
Okay.
You are going the wrong way down the freeway. You are committing a felony right now.
Okay. What I'm doing, sir?
Okay, buddy. Do not redeem me. Do not redeem me.
Well, one, why the going the wrong way down the freeway?
That's all right. I'm doing it back. Sorry, sir.
Well,
Sorry,
no,
sir.
I'm.
This is an Indian. Again, I will point out the average IQ in India is 75. By the way, any one of these things, he could have just ran over these little plastic things to get back on the right side of the road. It is my turn, sir. Like, he could just run. Look, if you're on the wrong side of the highway, just go ride over these barriers and get on the right side of the road. I don't know something. Do not redeem it. How about this? What were they even driving into? They drove into this steel thing, never even saw it. I mean, the roads are not safe. The roads are not safe. And it is shocking to me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, or were informed by it at least, make sure to leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.